If you want to win every ranked game you play and reach Unreal rank, then you've come to the right place. I am one of the top ranked players in NA, and today I'm going to break down a high kill Unreal ranked solo win to show you my thought process and how I win a ranked game from start to finish. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Also go follow my Twitch. I'll start streaming once I hit 100 followers. But now onto the first part of this video, off spawn. So to start out this game, I am going to be landing at Lone Wolf Lair. Now when you're landing at Lone Wolf Lair, especially when the mythic boss is spawning here, you need to pick and choose the right fights, because if you don't, you're going to die off spawn and lose all those rank points you worked for last game. So while I'm gliding in, I need to make sure I don't die off spawn. I noticed that there's two other people landing up here on the roof, and I also hear that there's two people right behind me. So as I'm picking up the salute, I know this player has just landed inside and he's probably going to go grab some loot, and he's probably just going to try and turn around and push me. But I was able to get a scanner out of my first chest, throw it down, and then when the other player pushes me, I hug the right side of the wall to make sure that he can't see me. That gives me a little advantage going into this bloom battle, and I'm able to pick up my first kill of this game. Now after I do pick up this kill, you'll notice I'm basically on no HP, and that means that if anybody pushes me, I'm gonna die. So while I'm getting my health up, I need to remember to pick and choose the right fights, because if I fight someone with more health than me off spawn, I'm gonna die. So when this player below me starts to break my floor, I know this fight isn't worth it because I have no health. So I block it off and I run away to make sure that I don't die off spawn and lose all my rank points from last game. Now after I've gotten my health up, I hear these other players over here starting to fight. But I remember that at this point, I still don't have any white health and I could get one pumped right now easily. So I know this fight still isn't worth it for me, because even if I get one kill, someone else could clean me up. So I decide, you know what, the fight isn't worth it. I should get my health up and then go fight. Because imagine, I kill this guy right here. This guy on the roof still camps me and I die. Now after popping my medkit, I noticed that these two are the last players fighting and this guy's able to get the kill. But since I took my time, popped my medkit, you'll notice that I have an insane health advantage over this player right here. And that means that when he pushes back in, all I have to do is mammoth him, pump him, and then I'm able to pick up a simple kill. After I've cleared my POI now, I can start to open the vault, get the mythic, and then get some dill bits. Now after getting these dill bits, I get out of the vault and I'm going to make sure to head over to the market at Crime City. The reason I always go to this market is because it's the only place on the map where you can get a guaranteed sticky launcher. And I think everyone knows that if you don't have a sticky launcher by mid game or end game, you can't win the game. After getting the launcher, I head into Crime City trying to stop this player from getting the vault, but I get shot in my back, which is a perfect example to show all of you how to end fights quickly. So in this fight right here, I see the player in front of me in the vault and I'm trying to shoot him, but then I'm going to get sniped in my back by this player right here. And when he starts to drive over to me, I make sure that this other player below me isn't starting to push up to me, because if he hears me take damage, this guy's just going to push up and try and kill me, and then I'm getting third partied even more. When I realize that he's not looking at me, I turn my attention back to this player and I realize he's peeking me, so I try and shoot him with my mammoth. I miss because I'm garbage, and he pushes over to the right side of this wall. And I know I have a sticky launcher, so I just shoot the sticky launcher a little bit to the right side of the wall. This will damage him and it'll make him exposed, but again, I miss my mammoth because I'm garbage. Now after I crack the player, I know he's pretty weak, so I'm going to start to push him. So I apply some pressure with my sticky launcher and then I pull out my mammoth, but again, I miss because I'm garbage. But I noticed that this player doesn't place a cone in his box, so I'm going to throw a ramp in his face and then pre-piece the box to the right, so that if he walks out there, I have him full box. But he notices it, so he turns around. And at this point, I know the only option for this player is to go into this box right here. So I run around with my super speed and I'm able to then seal the wall, and then I'm able to pick up a simple kill. And after I pick up that kill though, notice how I just block off my right just in case this player was starting to push up. This way I don't get third partied by him while grabbing my loot. After grabbing that kill, I get a car and I head towards the center circle, and I see this player in front of me, which is a perfect example on how to piece control in ranked. Pay attention to how I bait this player with the car. I let him spray it and then I jump out last second to catch the player off guard. See how he's still shooting at the car? This will bait him, and then I'm able to mammoth him in the head, and at this point he's super weak, but I need to be really smart here because I know there's more people around me on the edge of zone, like this guy right here. He might push in, try and third party us, or maybe this guy, same thing, right? So I need to end this fight really quickly to make sure I don't get third parties. So when I'm approaching this player's box, again, I notice there's no cone in this box. So instead of placing like a cone below him, I'm gonna hold out a ramp when he edits. This will counter his peanut butter peek. And then when he breaks the ramp, I know he has shotgun delay, so I shoot the wall, steal it for my own. I'm then able to cone him, full piece him, give myself a little right hand peek, and pick up a simple kill. Now after getting a few more kills, we can move on to the next part of this video, which is picking and choosing the right fight. Understanding when and when not to fight is going to be the thing in rank that is either going to hold you back or it's going to allow you to win more ranked games consistently. So you'll notice in this fight right here, I see this player in front of me, I get a bunch of damage on this player and I'm going to start to push him. But he makes like 20 boxes of space and he just keeps expanding and he keeps expanding. There's no point in me taking this fight anymore because if you notice the map right now, zone's pulling all the way to brutal boxcars. So when I realize that zone's on our back and there's no point in me fighting anymore, I disengage from the fight and I'm going to make sure to get in front of this player and cut him off. Notice how I make sure to get in zone in front of him, but then I cut him off to make sure that this player doesn't have any space to breathe, but I also know he's going to be shambles, so that's a free kill for me. Now, as I said, picking and choosing the right fights is very important, and after I get this kill, another player is going to start to pressure me when I'm meting up. Now, I see him in the open, I pull out my mammoth, and I'm able to headshot dink him. But when I headshot dink him, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go push this player. But as I'm pushing him, I then look at the map, and I realize that zone's pulling max, and if I stay at the back of zone here, maybe this guy right here is going to hold me in zone, and then I die. So I decide that I should just get to the front of zone and get in a good position. And since I sprint forward, the other player sees my medallion on the minimap and he starts to run away. And that means that I can get in a good position and then look back at the player that I was shooting at earlier. And what do you know? I see him in the open. I make life easy for myself and I'm able to just mammoth shot him and pick up a simple kill, just because I went to zone early and I got in a good position before him. Now, after I do pick up this kill, my next tip for this video is one of the most important to consistently win rank games, and that is zone priority. Getting to zone before anyone else and understanding when you should and shouldn't fight is very important. So like right here, I headshot this player and I get him super weak. Now as I'm pushing this player, I need to remember that in the back of my head, zone is pulling, and if I don't finish this fight in like 2 seconds, I'm going to get stuck at the back of zone, and there's another third party coming. So I realized that this fight isn't worth it, and I need to have good zone priority so that I don't die. This now allows me to get to the front of zone and I'm in a better position so I can see everything, and I realize there's a player in front of me, so I'm then able to get a big hit of opening damage on the player and start to push him. Now while I'm pushing this player, I try and steal his wall, but he holds it and I kind of realize he's probably dead zero ping, so I'm not going to be able to steal his walls. So I'm going to let him box up and pop a mini. When he pops the mini, I know he's going to have a delay before he can swap back to his map and build. So I'm just going to use my mammoth pistol, pump the wall, and then I'm able to pump the player and pick up a simple kill. Now after I picked up this kill, pay attention to how after I pick it up, I block off the right side of my box, because I know the other players were back here and they were going to push in this direction. So that means there's going to be other people looking at me, like this guy right here. Imagine this tree wasn't in the way and this was all open, he could shoot me and I could die. And again, after I get that kill, I rotate left because I know there were players over here in the beginning and they were rotating in from there. So I'm going to go left to avoid fighting on the edge of zone. Now that I've got myself in such a good position, I want to share, in my opinion, the best way to consistently win endgames, and that is called cutting the zone in half. Let's say, for example, this is me right here, and this is the rest of the lobby, and zone is pulling over here. Now there's this player right here. He has two options from this point. He can push over to my side or he can push over to the right. Now I want this side of zone to myself, so I'm gonna force this player to go to the right side of the zone. What this will do is it will congest the rest of the lobby together and they'll all be forced to fight, and that will make my game a lot easier. So I get myself in a good position, I shoot this kid with my mammoth pistol, and that forces him over to the right side of his zone. That means now, as you notice, while zone is opening up, all of these players are now forced into the same space. And not only is this going to help you win games consistently, it's going to help you get a lot more ranked points per game, because you're going to be able to pick up a lot more free kills in endgame because everyone's distracted. And if you don't know already, kills in endgame count for more points than an off-spawn kill. And since I forced that one player to the side of zone, all of these players are distracted and focused on this one guy here, and I'm able to shoot him in the back and then pick up a kill. And again, right after I pick up that kill, this other player in the back of zone is distracted, and that means he doesn't see me chilling on the edge of zone. I'm able to hit him once, and then I'm able to no-scope him and then pick up another free kill. I haven't even had to go fight these players up close. I was just able to sit back and hold them in zone. And then the final and third player, I was able to shoot him in the back, crack him, and then eventually I was able to burn all of his mats, and then I was able to pick up a free win. Now that is going to wrap up this video, so if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, go follow my TikTok, go follow my Twitch, and if you want to see my full fighting guide, go check this video out. But with that, I'm out. Peace.